Hey guys, I'm going to show you a setup. I'm going to show you two setups for Gabriel Celeste. This is pretty much primarily rolls, although I do have a couple items that I have equipped that I'm going to show you that will also help. We're going to start with the first setup that I use, which is the non-dead man walking setup. We've got defensive devotee, attack advocate, whirlwind, and godslayer. You're going to boost your defense attack by 20%. Whirlwind's going to boost it by 40%. On top of that, so you get 60% overall boost. Gabriel Celeste is a divinity, so you're going to have an additional 50% damage output while reducing your damage by 50%. Now for Fidel right now, I have him set up with this universal armor. Now, this is super helpful. I literally made 4 of them, and I just stuck them together and finished off the rest of the augments with elemental leathers to give him the elemental defenses on there. So it's going to give him 40% extra defense. So now he's rocking 4,000 defense and not even 200 yet, which is awesome. So, yeah. Okay, so we got Miki. We got Sage, reduce your casting time, Poltroon, plus your defenses, and every time you take damage, you run away from the foe, pretty much. Healer, concentrate on healing. Simple as that. And Skulker is a really good one. Less likely targeted, which is awesome. So this with the Poltroon works great for her. Now for Victor, I got Shrewd Overseer. I want him using his powerful skill attacks, stamina, stockpile, boosting his HP with Vanguard, and every successful guard he receives 5% HP on top of Hothead, just to give him a little extra attack. Now Fiore, if you saw my other video on my best overall setup for rolls, this is exactly the same, so I wouldn't change anything. Okay, now this is the really important one for this particular setup. We got Emerson with Menace, Interceptor, Stun Supporter, and Daemon. Now Stun Supporter and Interceptor are the primary pieces here, because it's going to give you a 30% stun rate, and Gabriel Celeste is susceptible to stun, so it's super awesome if you can stun him. This Daemon is, along with your regular attacks, you're going to have a chance to lower his defenses, which is awesome. And then this is just make sure you use more auto attacks, because his heavy attack takes much longer. But I also made him, I just made this weapon right here, not the micro blaster, where is it? Straight shooter. I literally just stuck some stun amulets on a weapon, and it's going to boost his stun chance by 20%. Overall, stacked with his rolls, you're looking at 50% chance to stun. To me, that's awesome, because literally every other hit is going to stun him, which is going to just basically have him on his knees the whole fight, which is super effective for him. I just made that weapon just to show you guys. I didn't actually put it on my Dragon's Bell, because I'm not sure what I want to do with that yet. But literally for Gabriel Celeste fight, I would just leave that on there, because you don't need to worry about how much damage he's doing, primarily as to how often you can stun him. Let Fidel, Victor, Fiore, let them do all the damage. Alright, moving on. Now for Anne, I got Aggressor, ignore defenses, plus critical hit rate, break guard, and more damage when the enemy is guarded. Pretty basic. Relia is literally exactly the same as the other video, because I don't know how you top it. You really don't. This is just wears down the enemies. It reduces their actions, and if Relia has War God on her, she's gonna guard most of the time, and then if the enemy attacks her and she has her guard up, she has a chance to reduce their attack power. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. This is the first setup I got for you guys. This one will work fairly well. Like I've used this setup and it didn't have any problems with it. Now there's another setup you can use, which is almost like the easy way. It's really broken, but what you're going to want to do is literally ignore everybody else except Victor. You don't have to change anything on anybody but Victor. This is what we're going to put on it. We're going to put on Berserker. Dead Man Walking. What's his attack at now? Almost max. Oh. Basically, you're going to want to get his attack max. So we're going to put on, instead of this one, Attack Advocate. We're going to take that from Fidel, and that should... Yeah, that's got his attack max. Now, he has 0 defense, but with Dead Man Walking, you don't take any damage except from the roll itself, which you'll constantly be taking, like, I want to say 10% of your max HP. No, not 10%. Like, I don't know how it works. But you're basically, your HP is going to be constantly going down. But if you have Victor set up with Bloodstorm Revolution, the higher the skill level, the better it's going to work. But you can literally control Victor, go in there with that setup against any boss, and just spam it over and over again, and you will not die. As long as your skill level's like over 5, I'd recommend it at 9, because it's going to do the most damage. Because every hit Bloodstorm Revolution does, it absorbs health. You gain health, so it's going to counteract the effect of Dead Man Walking. So everyone else will literally just die, and then you just keep using Victor and just keep spamming it over and over again. And you're literally invincible. Nothing he can do can hurt you at all. The only way you'll die is from Dead Man Walking. Yeah, that's the super easy way. But I find that like kind of like exploiting the game, so prefer not to do that. I have pride. But anyways, if you guys have any other recommendations or any other suggestions for anyone else watching that you might think is better, go ahead, lay it in there. Put it in the comments. I want this to be like almost like an open discussion. Tell me what you think works best, so everyone else can benefit from it. And if you guys found this helpful, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.